I was muted this whole freaking time. FMCL, man. I said, VOD watchers, we are listening to the City Evening Animal Crossing City Folk song. It's like she's rather silent. Yeah. Rookie mistake. You know what sounds absolutely delectable? Sushi. Is that going to be in this year's budget, though? We don't know. We'll wait an extra minute. I like sushi, but it's not filling. You just haven't had, like, good sushi. Don't... Okay, when you go to a place, don't get rolls. Get the... I'm blanking on what it's called, where it's just sashimi, where it's just the fish on top of rice. Don't get the rolls. Oh, you have a seafood allergy? Oh. Guess you're not invited to the sushi capsule stream then. Sorry. I like tempura. Tempura is just anything that's fried. Frito. The rolls that have tempura inside is good, but they don't keep well the next day. The fried rolls are also good. Okay, I'm done making my posts. Oh wait, I gotta do one more on TikTok. I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready. Also, for anybody curious, I do have to click join on my Zoom meeting today. That's why we're streaming in the morning, not the evening. So, you should have had your alarm clocks on. I woke up so nervous for this stream. I think you're fine. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. It is 7:52 a.m. on Friday, the 13th. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? No, we're not doing anything spooky. Nothing spooky today. What song is this? Here, I'll give you the comp. This is my stream playlist. And then this is the actual video we're listening to, VOD watchers. You can click the link. It's on YouTube. Thank you, of course. I got you. I hit something. Okay. I almost forget. Don't worry. Kobobo, I also saw you were lurking in the offline chat. You didn't say hi. I was here for like an hour. What, are you scared or something? I was asking to make sure. I'm messing. HR leader was late to my interview. You should write that on like your quarterly review. Okay, boys, the plan is simple. The first of the 2 Valentine's Day streams we have... Oh, is that a leak? I needed to have the tab up, not miss it. Yeah, I did say it was going to be in the morning or afternoon. Sadly, my Valentine this year canceled because they're sick. So I get to click join on my Zoom meeting today. Gotta get that extra, like, couple bucks, right? So, we're doing it early. I was gonna do this stream in, like, the middle of the day. But, fuck it. I was like, I'll click join my Zoom meeting, so. Good for you, thank you. What if I've been lying this whole time? I've actually been single for 87 years. What if I've been secretly married? No, I can't be secretly married because, like, marriages are public record. So, like, you guys would know. You guys would know. Or you could find out, I guess. Anyway, you guys know the drill. The annual Valentine's Day community stream. So we're going to be doing our Valentine's Day quiz. We're going to answer fun little questions. And then giving and receiving relationship advice. We're going to speed run today. We got like an hour-ish together. Maybe an hour and a half. If I like eat my breakfast. Sorry, my breakfast. My breakfast really fast. I gotta have brekkie. I'm deleting that one. I'm deleting it. VOD watchers, you will not hear music, but if you're watching live, we are listening to a compilation called Sweet and Romantic Nintendo Music for Valentine's Day. How fitting. And then tomorrow, we are doing our annual Valentine's Day date with stream. Let me just say, it's gonna be fire. I can't. I don't know what time it'll be. I'm shooting for like middle of the day, if not early afternoon. I'm sorry. I can't. I am planning on spending like $80 on tomorrow's stream, so politely everybody fucking click subscribe right now. I'll wait. I can't. I wish I had that pull, you know? I wish when I told you guys to do something, you'd actually do it. Maybe I do like, what's the safe character from Date Everything? Sophia? We're defined and makes it funny? No, you guys are just broke. Okay, lock in, gamers. Lock in. Okay. Date Everything has way too many characters. You just can't keep up. Okay, lock in. You know the drill. This will become a YouTube video at some point, so say fuck. Say hi, YouTube. Don't say fuck. Okay. It is that time of year once again for our annual Valentine's Day community stream. First off, we're going to do our community quiz, where we answer a handful of fun questions, ask for advice, and then see how you guys all do at home. So, of course, I gotta take the quiz first. Before we get started, you can watch these videos early on Twitch, twitch.tv/pson_17. Go follow. And if you want to participate in future videos like this, make sure you follow my social media. That way you get links early. But let's go ahead and begin. Okay. Lock in. Okay, no leaks? I think it's no leaks. No leaks. Okay. So, of course, my username. PSN_17, of course. First off, I did, that was not on purpose. That was, I misclicked. I just wanted to click off the first box. I'm not answering yes. Anyway, do you have a Valentine this year? No. And if I did, I would not tell you guys. Moving on. Every year we do the same questions, but this year I did add a handful of more, so it's going to be a little bit longer than usual. How many crushes have you had? So in middle school and high school, I would have 2 crushes-ish every year, at a minimum. I would always like a girl and a guy. Hashtag bi pride. So, just over the course of my life, I'm almost 30 now. Over 4. You had an average per year? Yeah. That's the glory of liking everyone. Ever confessed to someone? Of course. Of course. Ever been confessed to? Yes. It was the only relationship I had. I've told this story many, many times, but we worked together and we would walk home together most every shift because we lived within like 2 blocks of each other. It was actually crazy. We just never like interacted at any point in our life prior to working together. But we were walking home and they stopped. They were like, "Peace, I have to tell you something." And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "I like you." And then like It was crazy because we were like about to cross a railroad track, and I I like had to stop before I got into the tracks. Cause like imagine I like faint on the tracks. That would be so bad. Would have been a better story though. Imagine if the train came. That would have been a great story. Have you been on a date before? Yeah. Ever held hands? Yeah. Ever been kissed? I haven't ever kissed and tell, but, you know. Do you pay on the first date? Did I pay on the first date? I've only been in one relationship. I had to have because they were broke. So, but now that I have a job that doesn't pay well, but I still have a job, I still have the opinion that whoever initiated the courtship should pay the first time. Like, whoever confessed should be the one paying on the first date. And me, I would probably never confess to someone again. So, yeah. Best way to hold hands. Images from the Mind's Journal. Interlaced. I don't like interlaced. It gets really sweaty. Down-facing palm, that is cute. Loosely gripping. Hey, yo. Sorry. Holding onto one finger. I still hate this drawing. It looks like a child. I do not like it. Especially after the release of the files. Ew. Not holding hands. I always go with loosely gripping. It's cute because then if you're loosely gripping, then you can like rub your fingers on their hand or their palm. Have you ever written a love letter to someone? Yeah. Is love real? Of course. I see it in movies all the time. Oh. Have you ever been in love? Yeah. Of course. I love love. Okay, when I go to the next screen, I have to hide it. Studio mode. Okay, we Gucci. Next section, free response. Best place for a first date. I live in Washington State. Everybody here loves hiking. But I think if you invite someone on a hike for a first date, you're either going to kill them or you just want a new person to do your hobby with. But I honestly think, like, a walk in a park is kind of cute. A walk in a walk. It's early. It's 8 a.m. I think a walk in a park is pretty cute. Because, okay, I was thinking about this last night. A walk in a park is a really good activity to do. Because, one, exercise. You're doing cardio. Two, you kind of get to see what their level of PDA is. Obviously, you should not be like smacking asses on a first date. You know what I mean? But another good tell is if the person that you're on the date with walks at your pace. I've seen I've seen too many videos online of like typically hetero couples being on dates and the guy is like leagues ahead of her. If they walk at your pace, then they actually want to spend time with you. Think about it. Think about it. It's observational too? Yeah. Walking past you, Lamau? No, some people do it. Some people do it. And I walk really slow. You guys know. I couldn't walk a few years back, so right now I walk really slow. So if someone's gonna, like, try to riz me, they gotta walk at my pace. I'm a leisurely stride. 20-minute mile. Oh my god, it actually does take me 20 minutes to walk a mile. Oh, that's so bad. Okay. Lock in. What is the best Valentine's Day gift or treat to give? Chocolates. Classic. Chocolates. Chocolate. No, what is the best type of chocolate? Chocolate boxes are like $50 nowadays. It's insane. I walk faster than Kim, but I catch myself. Good on you. It also could be because you guys don't see each other super often, so. Loki, I'm a faster walker, so that means you should slow down. What is the sweetest Valentine's Day gift somebody's gotten you, or you've given someone else? So for gifts that I've given, I gave a jar of kisses. That was cute. And then they ate the kisses. I got them like a mason jar full of kisses, and they ate like half the jar in one sitting. It was kind of crazy. And then the sweetest gift that I've gotten, this is from my secret girlfriend. This was, wait, should I share the story? Should I share the story? Should I share the story? It would leak too much, though. It would leak too much. Yes, yes. Okay, you guys have to... Editor, you can cut this out of the YouTube video. Editor, cut this out of the YouTube video. But... I'm turning my face cam on. This was last year. My secret girlfriend was like, hey, Peacein, you know, I can't afford to get you anything this year. I'm sorry. I have to work on Valentine's. I'm sorry. And I was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. They were like, you want to hang out the next weekend? I'm like, cool, sure. This bozo shows up at my place. Valentine's Day. They told me that they requested the day off. They lied. And then they also got me a necklace. My first ever piece of jewelry. I never worn it on stream. I probably won't. It's really pretty. It's so fucking funny. They got it from a jeweler, right? And they were initially gonna give me a cringe ass heart necklace. And I was like, honey, I'm glad the jeweler talked you out of it. But it was like this kind of like ornate floral opal necklace. It was really pretty. I'll wear it whenever I share my marriage, guys. I got Kim a heart ring with her birthstone. Okay, a ring is cute. But like one of those clunky ass heart necklaces. Ugh. Cringe. Yeah, that was the sweetest gift I got. Editor, please remember to fucking cut that out. We gotta make sure the simps still watch. Wait, isn't Kim's birthday... Oh, it's in May. Kim's birthday's in May, I think. Because my birthstone is... It's opal / diamond. So, getting me a birthstone jewelry is, like, expensive as hell. Okay. Sweetest gift? Jar of kisses. Best date or thing to do on Valentine's Day? Ooh. Best thing to do. I would say don't go out to eat. You know what? You know what? Make a meal together. You know what I think is super cute that I see in movies and might have experienced in real life? Is when you like make a meal together and you guys like take turns making said meal and then you guys kind of like cuddle on the stovetop. Like not on, wait. Like that sounds crazy. But make a meal together. I think that's really cute. Because going out for service on Valentine's is going to suck. Because everybody's going to be cringe. It's going to be busy. Servers are not going to be in a good mood. Which, valid. So I think making a meal together is really sweet. Emerald is so pretty. I love the look of emeralds. I would, like... I have rosacea, so, like, I don't think emeralds would look good on me. Kim and I are making dinner and dancing to Mexican music. Oh, cute. Cute. What is an instant ick or red flag? Okay, let's assume I'm meeting someone new. What would make me instantly recoil? A lot of people's red flags don't, like, bother me. Because a lot of people's red flags is just like ASD or ADHD behaviors. So a lot of that stuff doesn't bother me. So I demonstrate some of them. Like not texting back right away, not looking at people when they talk, not knowing how to express myself. Like that's a lot of people's red flags. But I don't care. What's an instant ick? You know what? I think being rude to servers, this is a classic. It's a lot of people's red flags. But like if you're going out in public, being rude to anybody is out of hand. But if you're rude to servers, one, they're doing their job. Two, if you're rude to a server, then my assumption is that you've never worked a service job. I still think we should have a mandatory draft, but for service workers. I still believe that. And then three, if you're rude to the server, they're for sure gonna spit on our food. So it's just not fun all around. What's an instant green flag? I was gonna initially say being nice, but I feel like that's a minimum. That should, like, bare minimum. Um, Someone rich. They can't really control that, though. You know what? This is kind of new. Not new to me, but just new in culture in general. When they don't use their phone when you guys are together. I think it's mad rude whenever you're like out to eat and your date is on their phone because you literally have someone right in front of you to talk to spend time with, and you're on your phone scrolling Instagram reels. I think there's a difference between like when you're out on an excursion, like when you're like having a dinner or doing an activity. Don't use your phone then. I think it's fine if you're like, sorry. I think it's different than if you're doing like iPad time. Like if you're both like in like calm down mood, you're both on your phones. But like if one person is on their phone dilly dallying, I don't like that. I think that's cringe. Talk to the person you're with. Cuddle. Do something. Watch a movie. Do something together. Like don't be on your phone the whole time. Unless you're like a teenager. Everybody's on their phones all the time. But like if you're an adult, enjoy the person you're with. What's a red flag you've experienced from another but didn't realize was bad until it was too late? Ooh. Ooh. Um. I really don't like how I phrase this question because when it's like, until it was too late, sounds so ominous. Um. I'm stun locked. I wish I could see how you guys answered right now because that would like invigorate my brain. Oh, wait, I just realized what it is. But the thing is, it's also my red flag. This is the one thing that I have experienced that is like relatively tame to share, mind you. It's constant interrupting. And let me just copy and paste that because that is my red flag too. Oh, you know what I also do? I also name call a tad. When I interrupt, I do name call sometimes. It's something I have been working on. But anyway, it's not confirmed that I have ADD, but like if I have a thought and I don't say it, it goes poof. So I have to vocalize it. Even if I'm in the middle of conversation with anybody, mind you, I have to say it. It takes so much energy to like store the phrase in my head. So if I don't say it, I lose it. Because I think all thoughts are important, and I don't like losing thoughts. And hose. I'm talking about the gardening tool. So yeah. So because going back to what I said earlier, a lot of people's red flags are just neurodivergent behaviors. So yeah, I can understand the interpretation that if somebody interrupts you, they don't care about what you say. I genuinely care about what you're talking about. I have to share what I think too. Okay, and then the final questions are free response, which we'll do in the other video. Subscribe to watch the next video, where you can ask and then receive advice, more in-depth answers. And then final question, are you subscribed to youtube.com/peacin17? Hell yeah. On all my accounts. I have many channels. But there we go. So that was me taking this year's Valentine's Day quiz. Let's go ahead and look at your guys' answers. Okay. Lock in. Anybody submit last second? No. Okay, we're fucking closing this. Wait, how do I close this? Settings. Responses. Wait, how do I close this? Unpublished form? Am I DOM? Did you write down the advice stuff? Mm-hmm. It's tradition. Oh, publish. Unpublish. Oh, there it is. Okay, not accepting responses. There we go. W. Okay, I just have to crop my screen and then we'll be ready to go. Oh! I clicked the window tab. Okay. Now time for your guys' results. Who's ready? Okay. Lock in. Thank you to all 6 of you who submitted. Shoutouts, Not Alien Life, New Chatter, Mars, Not Mac, Kobobo, ETH, and Blazeboy Red, also a new viewer. Thank you guys. +6. You know what? These guys, the biggest Peacin fans. Thank you. You guys all get VIP when I become like a 10K streamer, you know? Kim is fake. I told her to submit. Is that a different alien? Yes. Yes, it is a different username. It's not the person we banned. You can tell because the account age. Okay, let's get started. Do you have a Valentine's this year? 66% no, 33% yes. So 2 of you guys are lucky. Lucky, lucky. Also, this does not include my results, just to be clear. How many crushes have you had? Oh, interesting. No, 0. Everybody loves love. Usually you have at least like one person who has 0, but man. I was thinking about this morning. You know, I've been streaming for almost 5 years. We're all like growing up together. Isn't that so cute? Ever confessed to someone? 83% yes, 16% no. So one person is just... Okay, so if everybody has had a crush, right? One person was too much of a wimp to confess. Next year, I want this to be 100% yes, guys. Can we get on it? Ever been confessed to? Same stat. 83% yes, 16% no. I wonder if the same 16% is the same guy from that one. Oh. Have you been on a date before? Wait! I'm confused. 100% yes? Oh, wait, maybe they're not. Okay, so I guess the one guy for been confessed or has confessed to someone, it cannot be the same person, right? Or what if it was like a Tinder date? I don't think you confess when you set up a Tinder date, right? Not like I would know. I've been single for like 80 million years. Ever held hands? Same stat, 83% yes. You know what I should ask next year? Have you been in a committed relationship? Oh, that's a good question. Because dating is not relationship. Dating means casual. Relationship is committed. Like, you're not smashing anybody else, you know? That is super good to ask. Why did I not, in the 4 years that we've been doing this, how did I not think to ask that? Ah, man. Chat, type 1 if you're in a relationship right now. Those watching live. Type 1 if you're in an actual relationship right now. Ever been kissed? Wow! Everybody? Dang. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Ooh, finally some division here. Do you pay on the first date? 33% yes, 16% no, 50% pay for their own share. Oh, wait, this is a first date question. Interesting. I think it's cringe if you split the bill on your first date. I still think it's cringe. Like, I get that it's equal. I get that it's, like, kosher. But I think whoever asked and initiated the date should pay. I was the one no. Dude, every time we do this, Kobobo is like, I'm looking for someone rich. I want to pay pig. Of course you're the singular no. Lamau. Lamau. Best way to hold hands. This is a cool design. Split across the board. 33% interlaced. 16% down facing palm. 16% not holding hands. 33% holding onto one finger. Oh, interesting. Nobody likes loosely gripping. That's what I answered. Really? You don't like loosely gripping? You like firmly gripping? Okay, lock in. Have you ever written a love letter to someone? 50-50. Ooh. So that means everybody's been kissed, but only half of you guys have like actually professed and confessed your true undying love through text. I swear this generation doesn't know how to love. Moving on. Is love real? Who said no? Someone always says no. Oh. Who said no? I'm not gonna link who, but I will be checking later. Definitely Kobe. Okay. Don't be throwing shade in the chat, man. We gotta keep you guys here. Wait, so everybody's been kissed, but... Oh, I guess the kiss didn't work out. Maybe they turned into a frog. Have you ever been in love? 50% yes, 16% no, and 33% maybe I don't know yet. Mmm. Mmm. Now I say this every single year. If you are unsure if you've been in love, then no, you haven't. You don't know what that feels like. If you can't describe it, if you can't pinpoint it, then no, you have not been in love. Free response. Best place for a first date? You guys collected... Oh, some of these answers are crazy. I need to preface, you guys say the darndest things for the free response questions. Thankfully, no slurs. Thankfully. Best place for a first date? Movie theater. What is this? The 1960s? You want to go back to pre-segregation? No, wait. To segregation, sorry. A record shop or a drive-in movie theater. It's way too cold to do drive-in theaters here in Washington, so I've never experienced it. Going on a walk? Wait. Wait, that's what I said. Great minds think alike, I guess. Arcade? Ooh, arcade is a really... Is that a good first date, though? Obviously, I think movie theater, worst first date ever. In order to enjoy a movie date, your partner has to be, like, emotionally intelligent enough to talk about the movie after the movie ends. Because you're not talking for 2 hours. Maybe even 2.5 hours, because trailers are, like, 30 minutes of runtime now. And you do nothing. Maybe you do, like, little hand stuff, but, like, on a first date, probably not. Unless it's a Tinder date, then... I don't know. Arcade is fun because you get to see how competitive they are and also how kind they are to see if they let you win. Okay? Think about it. Parents' house. Okay. That one's a joke. That one's a joke. Unless you guys are in, like, middle school and you have to ask your mom and your dad if you can go out on a date. I guess. Coffee shop is cute. That's my second favorite tag on AO3. What is the best Valentine's gift or treat to give? Candy and flowers. Classic. A stuffy of your Valentine's favorite animal. Ooh, what would I want? I would want... Actually, no stuffy. I like stuffed animals, but, like, not to that degree. These nuts. For anybody curious, this was not Mac Zero's response. Classic. It's a miracle that you have a GF. Anyway. Chocolate heart. Cute. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Don't worry, I'm in the void. I would never leave you guys. Oh, leaked! Leaked! That's just the video, guys. It's nothing scary. I'm back. I would never leave. Someone said pregnancy. Which... I'm sorry to break the news, but if you were born in December or January, you were probably your father's Valentine's gift to your mother. Okay? Oh, I'm dead again! What the hell? Arg. What the hell? You know what? Okay, I'm back. Hello. Bang. I would never leave. Also, I will not share who had this response, but it did make me cackle. It was not who I expected it to be. So if it was you, good one. Actually, good one. And lastly, flowers. Duh. But I think making a Spotify playlist and burning it to a CD is nice. How retro. How cool. What is the sweetest Valentine's Day gift someone has gotten you, or you have given someone else? You know, it's actually funny. This was the only question that wasn't required for the quiz, because I was like, maybe there was one or two guys who didn't, like, actually have a Valentine one year. And I was correct. Of the 6 people who submitted, one person did not ever get or give a Valentine's gift. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because my prediction was actually correct. First response, I used to buy chocolates for all my friends as a kid. Okay, this person has not had an actual date. That's okay. Maybe you just never lined up on the holiday. My favorite meal, eggplant parm. You're a vegan. Good on you. Chocolate heart. Classic. Macaroons. I do love a good macaroon. And then a CD with a Spotify playlist burned onto it. I wonder if this was the same guy. I wonder if this was the same user. I wonder. I Mario wonder. Also, you can tell that all your guys' Valentines are brokies because nobody said, like, something lavish or jewelry. You guys are all dating bums. Best date or thing to do on Valentine's Day? Stay in. Classic. In this economy makes sense. Eat wings? I mean, we just got out of Super Bowl weekend, right? Smash. Oh, okay. Spending time together. Very sweet. I would hope you do that on holiday. See a play or theater. What if you took them to see, like, Hamilton? That's like $1,000 right there. You might as well just get them something nice. Do something outdoors, then get dinner, then chill at home with some wine and a movie. That's a pretty solid day. What is an instant ick or red flag? Whenever they say their exes are crazy. No, that is a huge red flag. That is a huge red flag. Because it's usually a reflection of them. Either they attract bad people, or they cannot acknowledge their own behaviors and they think the partner was bad. Or maybe they just actually got really unlucky. You don't know. Getting mad at the server or delivery driver. That's what I said. Touching the stuff in my room. Controversial. Yes, I think someone should... Yes, I think someone should respect your space. But I do like touching little trinkets. Unless it looks fragile, then I don't touch it. But if I'm gonna touch stuff, I ask first. So I may have OCD let me cook. I respect that. But like I said, I will ask before I touch because I love consent. Next, red flag. Saying I love you too fast. Wait, remember like the 3rd episode of Heated Rivalry? That was crazy. Red flag, right? Cheating. I think that is obvious. If someone cheats, I was gonna say instantly drop them, but like your circumstance could maybe not allow that. So I would hope this is the most blatant red flag. Hopefully. Being into the same things I'm into. I'm weird and cringe. No, you're not. No, that's okay. I think it's great if someone likes the same things you like. Because then you have, like, infinite things to talk about, right? Unless it's, like, bad things. Then that's bad. What's an instant green flag? Odd one, but has a sister. Okay, well, they can't control that. But as the writer is saying, anybody can be trans, so... I'm kidding. I'm kidding. L joke. I mean, I kind of get this sentiment behind that one. Just because, like, society will repress women and girls, right? So if you have either a younger or older sister, even if you're like a fellow sister or a brother or NB, indirectly, even if you don't experience their oppression, you probably witness it. So hopefully that would encourage the person to gain more empathy towards women. So I can see that, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, if you don't have a sister, then we can't date, you know? Knowing the awesomeness of peace in? Hell yeah! W! Wait, I was gonna say, has anybody used the line, do you know peace in on a date? But you know what? I bet Mac and Kim. They're like, green flag! You guys have to invite me to the wedding, and I will go. Having a good relationship with their siblings. I'm indifferent about that one because a lot of the dynamics you have between your siblings is dictated by your parents' behavior. So what I've noticed anecdotally is that if you have a bad relationship with your parents, you probably also have a bad relationship with your siblings, because when you're a kid, you learn your love language through your parents. It's either a direct reflection or a complete opposite. So, like I said, the kid learns from the parent. So I can't necessarily blame the person if they don't get along with their siblings. Most of the time. A good voice? Okay. Not cheating. Yes, I would hope that would be a green flag. Having a pet and following peace in? Dude, everybody's glazing! Are you guys trying to fuck me or something? Like, everybody's glazing! Yes, if you follow peace in, instant green flag. It's so funny. What's a red flag that you've experienced from another but didn't realize was bad until it was too late? Wouldn't compliment me other than calling me cute. Felt weird after a while. I remember seeing this response and thinking about what I was going to say to it. There's obviously a lot of connotations and meanings to words. I can understand why one might not like being called cute all the time. Because cute to me means like innocent, endearing, adorable. But there are times where you want to like be desirable. Like where you want to look hot or beautiful or handsome. So like if your partner is only calling you cute and has never called you something else, then yeah, I get why that would bother you. I was being isolated by, I assume they mean to say, their partner, and was told it was cleaning out the people who were bad in my life. Took me a while to get some of them back. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, if somebody is having you cut off your friends or your family, telling you to not text them back or not call them back, or trying to cancel any of your hangouts, yeah, that's bad. They're trying to isolate you. That is not going to end well. Being dismissive of my feelings. Yes. It feels bad, but I think one must understand that not everybody has the emotional maturity to be receptive of your feelings. One could acknowledge, but also not demean. There's a thin line, right? Because dismissive means they're not going to acknowledge, or potentially they will belittle what you're feeling. I think it makes sense to react to others' emotions, but you should never demean or belittle. You should never demean or belittle. Someone's saying that they're always busy and not making time for me ever. If you're dating somebody, wouldn't you want to see them all the time? I don't know. Like, I get if people gotta cancel. I get if they're busy. But I like to hang out whenever, you know? Always late or cancel. I would rather somebody cancel than show up fucking late. I get so annoyed whenever people show up late, because I take the bus most everywhere I need to go. So if you are the guy who's driving and meeting me somewhere, you make your own schedule. When I take the bus, I have to follow that schedule. So if the bus is late, I'm late. But if you are taking your sweet ass time, when you have the own means of getting to said place and you're still late, you're the asshole. And I'm not speaking from experience. This is not triggering me. I'm just imagining this happening to me because, like I said, when you take the bus, you have to work your whole day around the bus. But if you have a car and you can drive anywhere you need to go, you can get where you need to go. You know? And then finally, someone said being Catholic. How do I say this? How do I explain this kindly? Now, I think the person said this because either a previous partner who was bad was Catholic and they used to justify their bad behavior, or option 2. Okay. Before I say what I say, I'm agnostic. If there is a higher power and it's proven, I'll believe it. But at this point in time, there are too many fates for me to believe that one singular is correct. It seems ridiculous. Also, if we look at colonization and just global influences of power and religion, it's typically as a means of not monitoring. Religion was typically established as a way to govern and control the populace. So at times, yes, it can give people guidance, but more often than not, historically, it was used as a method to abuse the public. So, ultimately, I think it's fine if you're in a relationship and one person. I think it's fine if you're in a relationship and either you're both of the same faith, different faiths, or like agnostic, atheist, and of faith. That's fine. But obviously there will be road bumps. Because since religion is such a huge part of one's identity, I think in order to truly love someone, you have to be fully accepting of them. And if religion is such a big hurdle, where it's causing constant friction, then maybe it's not going to work in the long term, and that's okay. But I also think you should never date someone who you fully agree with. Especially in modern times, because since American politic-wise, faith is so heavily involved in our politics at the national, state, and local level. Know your own boundaries. Know how to communicate appropriately with your partner. But also never use your faith or religion to justify your bad behaviors or try to influence your partner if they're not of faith. Moving on. What is a red flag that you personally demonstrate? Fear of being annoying. So they think that they're annoying? Valid, I guess. I can't be known to group a conversation and not let no one talk at times. Oh, so just you lacked social skills. That's fine. Me too. I can have a difficult time coming down from hard emotions. That's fine. I think as do most people. That's fine. Needing too much reassurance that they still like me. Oh, honey. Anxious attachment style much. You just gotta have someone who's very vocal about how they do love you, smile. Little patience. That would simultaneously annoy me, but also not, you know? And then finally, stoner or smoker. It's legal almost everywhere. And I think Trump is trying to nationalize it at the federal level. So, it's going to be more common, man. And then, like I said, we're going to go over the free response in another video. Final question. Are you all subscribed to the YouTube channel? Yes, of course you are. If you aren't, click it right now. But there we have it. That was your guys' results from this year's Valentine's Day Community Quiz for 2026. Thank you all who submitted. I appreciate you guys. But if you want to submit... Fuck. But if you want to submit for next year's, follow my social media. That way you can pre-submit. And to watch these videos early, you can follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/psin_17. Go follow right now. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Yeah, banger, banger. Okay, gamers. I only have like 30 minutes left. So we gotta fucking speed run. W. Also, Mac, I'm gonna refund your calligraphy because I don't have time. I'm refunding because I know I'm not gonna have time. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm the asshole. I gotta remember here. Okay. So, yeah, look at the stack we have. Gamers. Sorry. Gamers. Intro time. YouTube. Dude, it's been so long since we've actually recorded streams for YouTube. I like forget how to do it, you know? Hey, yo. Okay. Once again, I have asked you guys at home to give and ask for relationship advice. So first off, we're going to start off with what you guys need help with, which you all need a lot of help. These were all questions and relationship advice submitted. Wait, fuck. These were all requests submitted. Wait. Okay. All of these requests are pre-submitted, so if you want to participate next year, make sure you're following my offline social media. You can also watch these videos early on Twitch, twitch.tv/psin_17. Go follow right now. But let's go ahead and get started. First off, how do I change my attachment style? This person said. I guess so, but don't read me to filth. How to change my attachment style from anxious to secular. Now, I had to look up what secular meant. Secular means like secure, grounded, basically the opposite of the anxious attachment style. The anxious attachment style is characterized by a lot of self-doubt, needing reassurance. So, I think for this person, I wrote down a handful of things. Because I definitely used to have not a major anxious attachment, but like I was a moderate. I was a centrist attachment. Fuck. I was a centrist anxious. I'm tired and I'm eepy. Oh my god, I forgot. So my sister texted me when she was at work at 3 a.m. She works nights. She texted me at 3 a.m. Like just asking me a random ass question that could have waited till she got home. But no, she texted me at 3 fucking a.m. And since I have her, like, the ringtone on always go off, because it's a fucking emergency if she texts me at 3 a.m., no. Fucking dumbass. Anyway, so I'm icky. Okay. Did I finish the bit? I don't remember. Wait, I do not remember if I finished the bit. She missed you? I guess. Sorry. No, I love my sister. She's my favorite. Okay, anyway. I used to be a centrist between anxious and secular attachment style. Now I have like 100% secular. I would have to say the first thing that you need to do in your own personal life, not related to any relationship, is just to become more grounded and more present in the actual moment that you're experiencing. Because if you're more grounded and more present, you will acknowledge, be like, oh, yeah, they're here with me. They're next to me. They texted me. They called me. They actually did said thing. And once you take note of like what is actually happening, it's going to become a lot easier to not acknowledge all the doubts you have in your head, right? I also think in terms of just attachment styles in general, you kind of learn them from your parents because they're one of the few peoples that you actually get to see how they love each other. Hopefully. I digress. So I think it's not necessarily good or bad to have a certain style. You just have to find a partner that matches it and is willing to accommodate, right? In tandem, if you truly want to change, your attachment style is a behavior and mentality. So if it's something you genuinely want to work on, then yes, I think you can change it. But don't feel like you need to change it in order to be loved. Because there will always be somebody who will work with you on it, you know? Oh, and then something that worked for me personally in order to kind of convert from anxious to secular was two main mentalities. One, you just have to truly be clueless in the sense of have blind faith, trust, and pixie dust in your partner. If you think they're cheating, they probably aren't. Believe them, you know? Fully be clueless until they actually do said bad behavior. Then dump them, okay? But if they have yet to demonstrate anything that is bad, then just trust them fully. It'll be a lot easier on you. Okay, next up. Classic. Someone asks this every single year. How do you know you're in love? All I have to say, fuck. Hi Chip, welcome in. All I have to say is, you will know. And if you don't know, you will know. Easy. Easy. Dude, I'm such a jerk. Also, look, it's fucking marking my shoulder. This is not from my secret lover. It's from the paper. I have sensitive skin. Okay. I'm gonna move this way. Next up. I'm into more than one person. I'm monogamous. Ooh, drama. Drama. This person said, what should you do if you're into more than one person? Parentheses, oh, and monogamous. Ooh, drama. Drama. Now I hope that you mean in terms of crushes. If you are currently dating somebody and you're catching feelings for somebody else, maybe you're not this word on the bottom. Maybe that's not you. But I think it's totally fine to have crushes on multiple people because a crush is not reciprocated yet. There's no established relationship. Maybe there's feelings. You just haven't expressed anything. So I think it's totally fine and a-okay to have multiple crushes. But if you are dating somebody and you're starting to like someone else, stop. You need to stop. Either end the relationship and pursue the new crush, or simply don't entertain the new feelings. Yes, crushes, but developing feelings. Wait, is this you? Wait, is this you? I think developing feelings. Hmm. It is you. Okay. I'm talking to you directly, Kobobo. To me, developing feeling means that there's like an actual connection. And if there is a genuine connection, whether you guys like shared an experience or you opened up to each other, then yeah, maybe entertain that person over the second guy. But if it's just fleeting feelings or if it's just you don't feel the fuzzies, then don't entertain that, you know? I don't know. I just hope, I just hope it crushes. Oh my god! I need to stop propping it up my shoulder. Oh my god. Next up. What if I have baggage? What is baggage, though? Think about it. What is baggage? The person just said this. There's nothing written on the back. I think if you think you have baggage, it's not necessarily bad. I think it's human to go through bad experiences. But I think it's unreasonable to tell people to not bring your ballad to... Fuck. I think it's unreasonable to tell people to not bring their baggage to a new relationship. Because that's the reasonable thing to do. Like, use all the information you've gathered, all your past experiences. It makes sense to bring those biases into a new dynamic, right? But you should never immediately judge a future partner based on your past experience. Like, if you, let's say, got cheated on, you should not think that everybody's a cheater immediately. Like we talked about earlier, you should have a bit about... Fuck. Like we talked about earlier, have a bit of blind faith in a new partner. And also, if you feel like you got a lot of baggage, seek out somebody who is emotionally mature. Like, don't be dating the frat guy who doesn't do his homework. You gotta date the sophisticated guy in the coffee shop. But don't ever feel like your baggage is gonna weigh you down. That's why they hire the strong people at TSA. You just gotta find somebody who will help you carry it. Also, chat, I have to run an ad. I gotta do it. We are an hour into stream. I totally didn't forget. So if you want to avoid the ad, all you gotta do is click subscribe, smiley face. Click subscribe. Next up. How do I turn someone down? This person said, dudes always think I'm gay and try to flirt with me because I got good fashion and I'm a woman's hairdresser. What's an easy way to turn them down? I assume this is a guy, because I feel like if this were a girly pop, the details wouldn't match. So this is multiple scenarios, right? I think it ultimately comes down to what environment you're in. And this goes for anybody who wants to hit on somebody in public, okay? If it's somebody in their workplace, they're at fucking work, okay? They're making money. They're doing their job. Unless it's their job to literally flirt with you, do not engage. Do not engage. You are the jerk. You're the asshole. You're the oppressor in said society. So if, like, you're cutting someone's hair and some bozo walks up to you and asks you to get drinks, you say, I'm on the clock. I'm working, smile. Now, I've had people hit on me at work in multiple workplaces, and I'm just like, I'm working. I'm not allowed to give up my info. And nobody has pushed past that point. If you simply say, I'm not allowed, usually they buzz off. Now, if we're talking about in terms of an environment where it's kind of anticipated that you'll get hit on, like a club or a bar, and you're not interested in somebody, it's very easy to say to shut them down immediately, but it's not practical to do sometimes. You don't know if somebody's gonna, like, freak out. Society, you know? I say, if you are able to, be direct as possible. And if that doesn't work, find somebody else. Like, literally, approach a rando and start talking to them. Most people will back off whenever there's a third person involved, because that's a witness. They're probably not going to fuck you up if there's somebody to watch, you know? Sometimes you gotta go to drastic measures to make sure you're safe, but it's how it be. Okay, our final question of advice that chat has asked. How do I deal with self-doubt? This isn't what the person wrote, but this is what I think they meant. But I'll read what they wrote. How to keep your mind not racing against yourself. I assume they mean like infinite train of thought where you're not being very positive about yourself. Commonly seen in those with anxiety and depression, which I got. So I've had a lot of experience dealing with this. And it took years and years to learn to not love myself, but It took years and years to not necessarily truly love myself, but learn to appreciate who I am. I think the best way to explain it is that there's a lot of things that you can pinpoint on, that you can list out in your head that you don't like about yourself. You can try to justify your negative thoughts to a degree because you have all the negative thoughts in your head. You have it all cataloged, you have it memorized. You've probably repeated it to yourself. In tandem, you should also acknowledge and recognize the things you do like your hobbies or your passions or the good deeds you've done, how you treat your family and your friends. You can't just acknowledge the negativity, you also have to acknowledge the positive. You gotta look at the whole picture. So yes, you can think you're dumb, you're stupid, but you can also think that you're creative or funny. You have to acknowledge the positive in order for the negative to be there. That's a line, huh? Also, the self-doubt one. You guys want to see what I initially wrote? I put doubt, GHT, which, what am I doing? And apparently doubt is a real word. It means manly strength or valor. Like Valorant, like what am I doing? Also, I had to make this year's quiz more clear. My fault, I admit. But in one of the sections where, like, you guys asked for advice, somebody put, yes, IDK about what, but yes. Honey, answer the question! What? It was so funny, man. You guys, I swear to God. Literacy rates are down the drain. Down the drain, I tell you. Down the freaking drain. Okay, we got a handful left. Next up, we got a handful of advice that you guys have given me and the viewers at home. First off, have fun. Classic. They said, for Marceline Queen in chat, have fun. Ain't nothing cool without having a bit of fun. Cute. I love that a lot. This can be interpreted as like, fuck around, get hosed, like the gardening tool. But truly enjoy the time you have with everyone around you, whether it be platonic or romantic. Even if something isn't going to work out, still try to have fun, go on dates, gain new experiences, and have fun. I like this one. Let people come to you. How sweet. From NotMac0 in the chat, let them come to you. Trying to force a relationship doesn't work as much as a random encounter. Says the guy who's dating another viewer in my chat room. I don't think that's very random. But yeah, I think if you try to force yourself to get with somebody, you don't know if it's reciprocated. And also, I think the beauty about the world is you typically have so much time and there's so many people all around you. Somebody will find you, You can't rush it. Your time will come. This one's good. Don't put people on a pedestal. From Eve Maker in the chat. Don't put people on a pedestal. You are both or all humans. I like this. It's very easy to think that whoever you're pursuing, whether it be as a crush or in your current relationship, that they're the best person ever. It's easy to think that when you haven't experienced much. It's kind of like you always remember your first and then probably your last. I think those who idolize anyone blindly just hasn't experienced much of the world. Such as me who barely goes out of the house. But no one is better than you. Everybody should be equal. Don't ever think that someone is better than you. Because that's just not going to be a healthy dynamic to maintain over time. I like this a lot. That's cute. How cute. Cute. Friends to lovers is, I'm not even kidding, my favorite AO3 tag. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. You're going to the wedding? Of course. Of course. Your message is too long, Mac. Next up, dating is a game of numbers. From Blaze Boy Red in the chat. Now this could be a glass empty or glass half full type of answer. Because yes, it's just numbers. I'm never gonna find one. Or it could be there are literally billions of people on this earth and you probably haven't found your soulmate yet. I don't know. It is kind of a numbers game, right? I also don't think the more you date, I don't think that's going to bring you any closer to finding your Lamo. Kind of like how we were talking about earlier that your person will come to you at some point in your life. Okay, I don't believe in soulmates. I just like the idea that there is someone who is perfect for you. Or reincarnation. I don't believe in it, but I want it to be real. Like, I so desperately want it to be real. So I genuinely don't think dating more people will help you find the one. If anything, it's going to give you more experience on how to, you could say, like, properly treat and care for the one that you do want to be with. So I think that's good. Yeah, exactly, Mac. Okay, we got like 10 minutes left together. We got 3 left. A relationship won't make you happy. From Kobobo. The guy who's perpetually single? I think you're coping, my guy. They said, don't get into a relationship thinking that's what you need to be happy. I think Kobobo is coping. Oh my god. Kobobo, are you here? No, I'm messing. I give you so much shit. And you keep coming back. Yes, Ethan, this is the first of 2 Valentine's Day streams. We're doing our annual date tomorrow. Also, Ethan, I liked your bit of advice. It was good. Here's your card. I liked it. Watch the VOD. And have fucking notifications on. You're usually here on time. Okay, now that we're putting Kobobo on blast. Yes, I agree. You should not seek out relationships to make yourself feel better. Because similar to what we were talking about during the numbers thing, it's not going to be sustainable if you attach all of your self-worth and happiness to your partner. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to you. But also don't think that you should hold yourself back from pursuing a relationship if you are like clinically depressed. Which is like the complete opposite of happiness, right? If you aren't like how to say, fuck, I had it. Oh, okay. Don't feel like you need to 100% know yourself or be truly happy on your own before wanting to find love. You can still find happiness through someone, but it should not be the only leg that you're standing on. Like, you have to have a decent enough foundation in terms of your own self-worth to not put it 100% into your partner. So yes, you don't have to be happy by yourself to pursue a relationship, but it's still an equilibrium. It's still a balance that you have to maintain. How to not limerence? I don't fucking know. I limerence all the time. This was a channel point redemption. Like, it's so bad because if something could happen, all I can think about is how it would end up being. That's why, like, I don't date. Because if I had any, like, casual dates fail, all I could think about would be like, oh, this is what we could have been. And I know that's not a healthy way to think, but similar to what we talked about in terms of, oh, what was it? Oh, in terms of the attachment style question, changing from anxious to secular, you have to acknowledge what is actually in front of you. You can't entertain what isn't happening, what isn't real. Acknowledge what is actually reality. Oh, secure? Why'd you say secular? Oh, wait, was that you? In your response, you put secular, you dumbass bitch. You put secular, that's why I was so confused. But anyway. Oh my god. You guys all have iPhones. It should autocorrect for you. Learn your attachment styles? Okay, when I answered the question, I did say secure, but I read what you wrote as secular. Because that's what you wrote. Okay, next up. Don't date someone who makes you uncomfortable. From Not an Alien Live in chat. Never date someone that makes you uncomfortable or unhappy, even if it's not that serious. Ooh, at all the middle schoolers and high schoolers. Ooh. Interesting. It's very easy when you're young and experiencing care or love for the first few times to like accept behaviors that aren't good. But more often than not, you're still learning how to care for someone, how to respond to people, how to interact, how to actually combat disagreements. So yes, if you are comfortable enough to express a discomfort, do so. But if not, don't let it get to a point where you are unsafe or they're not treating you well. Because if you're young, everybody is learning how to love, right? But I don't think it's appropriate to say drop them right away. Because then that person is not going to learn how their behavior is bad. In tandem, yes, you should not be the one to teach them. But if you're young, some people do need that extra hand-holding, okay? But if you're a grown-ass adult and somebody is still, like, being an asshole, then yeah, fuck them. But if you're in high school, maybe college even, and someone's being a dick, teach them with a light hand, you know? Am I young or an adult? You're like a year older than me. You're almost 30, so no. And our final advice for the day. This is from me. And this morning when I was like drafting my final response, because like for these, I will type it out and then I'll delete it. That way I have like a general idea what I'm going to say, because I don't want to read from a script when I do these. I want them to be kind of, spur of the moment. I started crying when I was writing my response to this. I'll not cry right now, though. I'll be strong. Simply put, be willing to accept love. And what I wrote was, because I had like this monologue in my head that I've been writing the past few days, and it was something along the lines of, there is so much love and care in this world. Learn to appreciate the beauty around you, like literally go for a walk, go outside, talk to people, do community events, see and experience the people around you. One should also embrace and accept kindness that is given to you, whether that is like physical items or just kind behaviors. Like, always be clueless in the sense of that, yes, you truly deserve to be cared for. And I was like, that's so sweet. It's so crazy because I look back at myself as like a late teen or even early 20s. I'm 26, almost 27, by the way. And I was so pessimistic. I was so disdainful of the world. I wasn't emo, but I had experienced so much negativity at home and at school where I just didn't think it would get better. But going back to what we said earlier, when you are so sheltered, you just genuinely have to experience more of the world around you, and then you'll see that it is good. The world is good. So don't be scared. Experience new things. And be willing to accept the care and love that people give you. It will get better. God damn. Well, there we have it. That was this year's giving and receiving relationship advice from chat. Thank you to all who participated. If you want to participate next year, make sure you're following my offline social media and my Twitch so you can actually and go follow me Twitch so you can actually participate live. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. W. Okay, now we gotta do screenshots. So if anything resonated with you, politely screenshot, smiley face. I'll also post screenshots on Twitter, maybe tomorrow. I'm only gonna screenshot the relationship advice ones, not the asking questions. Oh, also, another thing I want to say, a lot of people's responses were very negative this year. A lot of don't do this or look out for this kind of implied. And I just want to say, I know we're getting older as the years goes on and everybody's experiencing more things. That's why I felt it was very important to end on this one. That's why I was crying earlier, because I was reflecting. I was like, some of you guys you could say grown up with. I know we have a handful of like younger teenagers who watch, who are probably maybe in their 20s now. It really saddened me how, because you can like kind of infer and like see pain with how people respond to things. Granted, it's just words on a screen, but still, I was like, damn. Don't be so disgruntled. Time will go on. You'll experience more things, both good and bad, but it will get better. Okay, screenshot time! Yeah, I gotta be like, gotta fit in a square. Screenshot. BTS of making thumbnails? Oh, I already have my thumbnail. I like this one. There we go. God damn! Okay, you guys can chat now. Whew. Dude, these shrooms always take it out of me. Sorry, that was loud. Okay, well, guys, I gotta go. I gotta like join my Zoom meeting, so I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day. Be safe. If you have a date, good on you. If you don't, we have a date tomorrow. And let me just say, it's gonna be fire. So, it'll probably be like middle of the day or afternoonish. So make sure you got notifications turned on. Make sure you're following my social media. I usually post on my Twitter right before I go live. Because, yeah. My dad's birthday tomorrow. Wait, W. You should, like, get him chocolates or something. Wait, you should ask him to be your Valentine. Sorry. I'm hungry. I was supposed to eat breakfast like 10 minutes ago. Okay, so I'll see you guys all tomorrow for our date. But once again, thank you. Dude, I can't talk. It's so what am I gonna do when I actually can't talk anymore? Like, am I just GG's? Am I Jover? Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you to those who pre-submitted once again. Keeping the stream alive. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I'm gonna go eat brekkie. Brekkie. Also, Mac, if you're still here, you can clip this. L. Kim for not submitting on time. I will remember this. You know when you play like the Telltale games and they're like, the character will remember this. I shall remember this. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow for our totally fire date. Peace out. Have a good one. Also, it's Friday the